I just thought I heard you kind of open up the door to this middle of the road possibility. I think you said, show me a serious plan, and then I'm prepared to move. Just a few minutes before you came here, House Republicans said they'd be voting on this $2.4 trillion package as a balanced budget amendment. Is that a serious plan? Is it dead on arrival, or does it short circuit what you expect to happen in the next 24, 36 hours?
I haven't looked at it yet, and I think my expectation is that you'll probably see the House vote on a couple of things just to make political statements. But if you're trying to get to $2.4 trillion without any revenue, then you are effectively gutting a whole bunch of domestic spending that is going to be too burdensome and is not going to be something that I would support. Just to be very specific, we've identified over $1 trillion in discretionary cuts, both in defense and domestic spending. That's hard to do. I mean, that requires essentially that you freeze spending, and when I say freeze, that means you're not getting inflation, so that these are programmatic cuts that over the course of 10 years, you'd be looking at potentially a 10% cut in domestic spending. Now, if you then double that number, you're then at that point really taking a big bite out of programs that are really important to ordinary folks. I mean, you're talking then about students accumulating thousands of dollars more in student loan debt every year. You're talking about federal workers and veterans and others potentially having to pay more in terms of their health care. So, I have not seen a credible plan, having gone through the numbers, that would allow you to get to $2.4 trillion without really hurting ordinary folks. And the notion that we would be doing that and not asking anything from the wealthiest among us or from closing corporate loopholes, that doesn't seem like a serious plan to me. I mean, the notion that, for example, oil company tax breaks, where the oil executives themselves say that they probably don't need them to have an incentive to go out and drill oil and make hundreds of billions of dollars. If we haven't seen the other side even budge on that, then I think most Democrats would say that's not a serious plan. One last point on the balanced budget amendment. I don't know what version they're going to be presenting, but some of the balanced budget amendments that have been floating up there, this cap or cut, cap, and balance, for example, when you look at the numbers, what you're looking at is cuts of $500 billion below the Ryan budget in any given year. I mean, it would require cutting Social Security or Medicare substantially. And I think it's important for everybody to understand that all of us believe that we need to get to a point where eventually we can balance the budget. We don't need a constitutional amendment to do that. What we need to do is to do our jobs, and we have to do it the same way a family would do it. A family, if they get overextended and their credit card is too high, they don't just stop paying their bills.